you. all right, all right, all right.
Okay.
Okay, gonna turn off VLC, and then I'm gonna make sure the audio is playing. Yeah, that would be very important, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it seems to be playing. I'm showing up where our avatars are showing up. So I guess
I'm
we're
gonna
good
mute
now.
Discord for a sec.
Yeah, that's a good. No, I'm invisible. No one will know. Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure if the music is coming through on this stream. Let me check again.
Do I need to make it louder? Or...
Okay, yeah, it's playing.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another voice acting stream of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's been a while, so we're just coming back to do the end of case 3. Maybe we'll do the the first bit of case 4, but we'll see what happens. So far, we only have Derimoro, Arkham, and Blackjack with us. Trav will show up.
Hello.
Eventually.
Hello.
Hello. I have no idea where we are. I played a bit ahead, but I don't know what place. So okay. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. And I think Blackjack is juror number 6.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
But I must say, I can't abide liars.
And neither can I. Mr. Foreman! I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. Yeah.
Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend.
Wait a minute, this looks familiar.
Because you play through it?
To the considerable troubles you have spared me.
Hold on. Wait a minute. No, that should be right. It's probably just a similar line. Alright.
Yes, very refreshing.
Yeah.
What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Ottoman?
This is carnage. It's perfect.
Juror number 2 is the only one left.
Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going...
I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Miss McGilded's innocence, the judge will rule, and we'll have lost.
I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on the whole case.
What are you saying?
Give me a second. I'm gonna mess with my stand so I don't. It's not right here. Yeah. There we go.
Hansel?
I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean?
Okay, here I go. I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my education.
Adjudication.
Adjudication! Explain yourself at once!
When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand.
The body was found inside the carriage. How do you do this?
Oh, okay.
And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage.
If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus?
There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage.
Another entrance.
There's another entrance. If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection! I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered.
Oh, really?
Yes. One other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
All right, counsel. I've ghosted him.
Oh boy.
I can do
The
it.
defense will identify the location.
Okay, Arkham, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
The defense will identify the location for the court.
I want to hear that old man voice again in some other case, though. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim enter the cabin?
Easy. It'll be right here. The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
I say, the skylight?
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
so you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory?
Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor.
Yes, which has already been explained. As the sound of the victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with a dagger.
Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud sound as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Ms. Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry. In fact...
Good gracious!
Perhaps, in fact, that the moment that the victim had made his entrance into the cabin... No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection! You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible!
How can you be so sure?
Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight as you say, the passengers on the roof or deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony.
Well, yes, that's true, but...
Might a humble fella make a wee comment here?
Mr. McGilded?
To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say.
What?
I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would just not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh my goodness, surely not.
Those two chaps on the roof.
Oh, Trav's not here.
I don't even remember what voice we used for this guy.
It was a Cockney accent, I think. Heidi hasn't been talking too much, so...
You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were?
Good enough for me.
But what exactly are you insinuating here, you blatherer?
You rotter, he said. You rotter! What are you insinuating? Hi, Mega Chip Bib. I hope I'm saying your name right.
This is a flaming outrage! I'm a good boy to give you a blinking in a minute!
He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said. And so will I. Mr. Fairplay. I'm talking to myself.
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker.
And me, a very angry hatter.
I see what you did there.
Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's I
sorry.
protest.
What?
I said I'm sorry.
He
Okay.
clicked through it pretty quickly.
I read it.
Okay.
I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms.
That's right. I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel.
Order! 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 This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once.
The bailiff will tackle you.
But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zix. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof.
Accuse? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal... What? You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation.
I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence. But you can't just dismiss it without a second thought.
What are we wasting time what are we wasting time for? Get to them. Testify.
I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on that fellow.
We have to see this matter through now.
We have to see this matter through now. Okay.
It's all good. We'll continue.
If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Testify! Testify!
What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo?
The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy.
Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord? You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord.
I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward.
Keeping pushing forward.
Keeping pushing forward. Welcome, Trav.
Hello?
Take your hat.
Okay.
Take it.
Shove it back at you.
I'm on it.
You got it.
We were the only two people up on that roof deck. Dead or alive. I can swear to that.
If anything had happened while we were sitting, don't you think one or the other one of us would have noticed?
In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
The skylight was shut the entire time, I'll tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine. How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith.
That's right, you see.
We're innocent, I tell you.
Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
What? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings.
Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich.
Something doesn't feel right here.
Mr. Naruhodo, may I suggest something?
Yes?
You may want to look at the court record.
Oh, right. That exists, doesn't it? I'll look at it later, don't worry.
Alright.
We're about to go into this. So why do I feel so uneasy?
Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please.
Oh, yes, my lord. Now I shall look at the court record. And now I will look at here. And I'm gonna... Okay, yeah. Can I open it from here? I can't remember.
I think so.
Nope, we cannot open it from there. We have to go inside for the seventh time.
Yep.
Ooh, adventure. Okay.
Blood on the floor.
Yeah, I think I already know about that. Let me see. I can't. What? What?
Maybe
Try
you
again.
have to press the statement first or something.
Okay, no. I'm gonna try looking it up there again. Yeah, this is a statement. Okay.
Okay.
Well, it was worth a shot. I wish I remembered what to do.
Doesn't the guide tell you?
I don't know where my place is.
Oh no. Well,
I-
next statement from Mr. Fairplay. Neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. No, not that
I
one.
got it. I got it.
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time.
I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said.
Yes.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see, it's fast shut. It's shut fast now, just like it was on the night.
So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, still and all.
What?
Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand.
Oh. Now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's stop biting our cane, shall we?
Never.
I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind. Loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens.
You broke wind.
Not just that. He did it so loudly it spooked him.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I am so happy I didn't miss this.
I'm mortified.
Is an unexpected confession, Mr. First?
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible.
I bet.
Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you? Honestly, tell me.
Oh, no, sir! The point is... The skylight can't be opened! I tried and tried when I was inside that cabin of shame!
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Ms. Lestrade? Ms. Lestrade?
It opens.
Hmm?
The skylight. That's what we're talking about, right?
Young lady, you put that gun away this instant?
All them skylights open dead easy.
More easily than you can load that weapon.
Lord, I tell you, otherwise when I broke wind, I...
You can't do it from inside, you mug.
Oh!
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had puzzes coming out of me ears.
Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare.
Bragging about crimes in the middle of court.
More likely than you think in this
All in,
series.
but at what cost?
At no cost, apparently.
When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used a skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's where you can't open from the cabin.
The skylight opens from the roof deck.
Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims.
Oh, I see.
This is how we do it.
Oh.
Ah.
That's my hat.
Oh, my hat.
See?
Rabble.
Order! 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 So, it appears that this street goes straight. This is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck.
Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate it for myself, like I tried to a few minutes ago.
No one's counting that Renosuke, it's okay.
Who was that?
No. The old Bailey is haunted.
Hold on.
I believe that's where we would have pressed the statement with actual evidence, Mr. Naruhodo.
I know that, but I
I
wanted to just go back to the previous statement, but the game decides, hey, that means pressing the text box means advancing.
I see.
Yes, so it's not.
Yourself a controller.
Perhaps, but it kinda costs an arm and a leg.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Mr. Naruhodo.
I wonder how much a PS4 controller would run for in 1899.
I don't want to know. It's probably cheaper than we think.
Honestly, you might be right.
Let's go over the fucking omnibus.
I suppose we have to go back outside to open it first.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yes,
That's
it's not
exactly what
fastened
they
at the moment, so we can
said.
slide it open from here.
Oh,
Oh, look at that, Mr. Naruhodo!
you lied to me.
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it?
Does it?
It certainly does. Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo.
Why would someone like me?
Yeah, you want to explain that?
Well, what is it?
Look, just here, look at this.
That's without question. It's you.
It's blood.
Why would there be a blood stain there?
Surely. It can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
Yeah, who
That,
knows?
Mr. Naruhodo, is our proof. The evidence.
Evidence. Got it.
I'm sure you know that already, since you've already played it through this part.
Thank you, future me, for not remembering a single thing.
Whoa, past me. What are you doing here? Uh-oh. Why do you have a gun?
Oh, we have fun here, I think. Okay. This is not important, so I'm just gonna zip through it. Zip
Yes, you have evidence now.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely.
Yes.
Shove that in their faces!
That's really aggressive of you. This is... Hold on, I am getting reds. Okay, good. Okay, I'm supposed to press this guy before I do anything else.
Hold it!
So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before?
No, not once, never.
He'd never met the man before, he said. Never!
And you, Mr. Fass, had no prior dealings with the victim, either?
That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
No, I imagine not.
You see? How many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin.
Yeah, there we go.
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded?
Yes, Counsel. What can I be doing for you? Doing you for?
Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow?
Not the remotest connection. Is that right now, I wonder?
Ooh, audio is scrunchy.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Honestly, this feels
Oh,
very
boy.
fitting for this theme.
oh boy! Here I go! Resetting the thing! Let's see what the chat says! When Taco Bell hits hard! Why did you say that?
I think we just need
Probably
to
in reference to Mr.
about that.
First dropping a big one in the middle of a
Oh.
of an omnibus. Man, I'm so glad I didn't miss that. I'm so glad.
No wonder he's perpetually nervous.
Okay.
He's a ticking
What
time
are
bomb.
you insinuating now?
Ah, Mr. Fairplay. 'Has been too long, so it has.
Eh?
If I'm not very much mistaken, I believed his first approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
Oh, I beg your pardon?
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's distortion.
The suspect regretted my most fatal has his crimes on another. And young Mr. Hurst.
Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir?
You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about on your head, is that one of your own creations, is it?
Well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand?
Hold up. What's up, Megachib? I see an eye. Is the audio being crunchy in the stream?
I think it's fine now.
Was it, Trev?
No, it's fine now.
Alright.
I mean, it's good.
Okay. Never. Here we go.
I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door.
Oh, you heard some glitchy echoes for a moment. It's gone. It's probably gone now, though. So, okay. Yeah, that's from the mixer. Unfortunately, I don't have time to switch it to something else. Those moments are very rare and in between, so, you know, whatever.
The perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis a very distinctive design, so it is.
I'm waiting for the red to go away. Okay.
Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch.
Customers. Such as thrice-fired Mason. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence afore, my lord.
Oh, this you mean?
I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say?
Oh! That's one of my hats.
Aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. Sort of customer, I'd wager. You could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods.
Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir.
Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case.
You little weasel. Aye.
He's better at this than I am.
Gosh, Mr. McGiltis has certainly been through a lot in his research, hasn't he?
Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings.
Alright. Now we can present to the last thing. We present...
Did you get an achievement?
Did I? Oh, I probably
Yeah.
did in my initial playthrough. So we present my armband. No, I'm just kidding.
My badge.
Have you seen my badge? It's pretty shiny. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and irrefutable proof. Remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom.
What? That's utter humbug. Humbug. Ah, you can't possibly have any evidence.
No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible.
Irrefutable proof. Here, in this courtroom.
It's more likely than you think.
God damn it.
Counsel,
My lord?
I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude?
Now you...
We'll point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight.
Now you see, Judge, all you have to do is look up, turn around, side...
All the way.
Well, I'm getting dizzy, Counsel.
Don't worry, you'll see it right there. Counsel? I mean, Judge, are you okay? Oh, boy. Don't worry, I have it right here.
Oh, my vertigo. My Jupiter! Is that blood?
Now don't throw up again. This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open.
What?
And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening.
My!
And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
No! Order! Order! Order!
Hold it.
But. But the blood could have sprayed up from when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin.
And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I?
But... There's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean.
Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? It's all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is.
But it can't be. It's all lies.
My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
So, they thought they could put the wool over my eyes, did they?
I won't tolerate any of the guild's characters being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it!
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
On three then, everyone. 1, 2,
Why so ominously?
3.
Objection.
It's because of that.
Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded.
Oh, sorry. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks?
Hold on a second. Okay, stabilized.
A blood stain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void.
What? Why?
For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection.
What? What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection.
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety.
That's a word?
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
All right.
No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began.
But
Are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, this stain of blood was...
Fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session...
What?
What a palaver. Must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I do not take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper or the Bailey.
Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts.
Adapt the facts? What does that even mean?
When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir.
Tut, Lord Van Zeeks, this will not do, to be sure. Will it now, Counsel?
Oh, no!
I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But, if you all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't it right now, Counsel?
It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court has been in session.
My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words.
As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think.
There was the one time with the smoke bomb.
Yep. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility.
Oh,
Good gracious! Explain yourself, Counsel!
Hold up, there's a red. Okay, it's good now.
Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly. The recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Ms. Gina Lestrade. What's going on? Oh.
Be careful, Mr. Donato. It'll cover your face.
Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus.
I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom.
The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal... Wait, there's a red. Sorry.
In the middle of a line. It could have been possible.
We're in red right now. Hold on. My theory is that all the glitching is because it goes in red. Okay. It could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus.
Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless gouger?
Feckless? Gouger?
You're supposed to be defending me! 'Tis a wicked plot! 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is!
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus.
Inconsistencies, such as...
To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both storage compartment and the skylight was shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Wait.
Yeah, I saw those flames just stutter to a halt.
There we go.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
What do you think?
Sorry?
About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus?
My lord?
Yes, counsel?
There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial.
What in the devil's name are you gonna say now?
Red, good, green.
If you dare to betray me, you little maggot. Okay, I'm good.
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification.
This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. Blah, blah, blah. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
I still have to ask you. I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial?
Well, Judge, if you look down, you'll see right here.
No, don't do this to me again, counsel.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is completely necessary. Here,
Please tell me it's over.
it's over. It's over, I promise.
Oh, thank God.
If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto this floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I can recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom.
Good Lord! Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel.
Well said. Although as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue.
I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether the evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake.
This trial is over.
Mr. McGilded?
I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now.
But you're the defendant.
Tis over, I tell ye! Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. Tis all a nonsense! Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there now!
Well...
And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, the good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all! I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord!
I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue.
Your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zieks, what is your position?
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present.
Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confer with the defense first.
What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
Yes.
Which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now? With all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
What you saying, man?
Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent.
Good gracious me!
McGilded is pissed.
Order! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question? Are you of sound mind?
That's quite a laugh.
Yeah, that's quite a laugh. It's on red right now. Hold on.
That's a great laugh.
That was a very good laugh.
Really good job today,
It's a really good
Blackjack. Honestly. It's on green now. Here we go.
Oh, 'twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision.
What?
I must say, I didn't quite expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles.
Ah!
Your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so you have.
What do you mean?
'Tis just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality.
Oh, he's a wild man.
I really don't know what to make of all this.
Was the evidence we seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said.
The stinking rich are always guilty of something. Mark my words.
I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
Now the proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea.
I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection.
But we still haven't even determined if that black bloodstain into the omnibus is genuine or not! We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or are a pack of lies! We have no idea about the truth!
Lord Van Zieks,
My lord.
the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain, and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection.
Wouldn't it be court security that would be at fault?
Yeah.
But isn't the prosecution in
Court
charge of
security
that?
is a problem indeed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know how it works in actual courtroom, but like in this series, the prosecution is very close with the police and such.
Yeah, with the courts and the whole like organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
It's almost like defense are for like freelancers or something.
yeah, probably. So I guess in this sense the judge was right to make that call. But all right. But wait. When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zieks ordered the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter.
That's so unfair.
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What?
Well, Lord Van Zieks, it's been a pleasure, so it has.
Audio was getting crunchy again.
Audio's crunchy.
Hold up anything. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold everything. Hold your horses. Hold everything. Oh, just hold it. Hold it. Hold it. There we go. Oh.
And as
Cool.
for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
Do you mean to tell me that this has been a grand waste of time?
'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law.
Magnus McGilded.
Lord grief, you've even more to say to me, have you?
Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over.
Well, something to be looking forward to then.
I like how it
How
went.
did you out-menace me?
Damn. It went red as she was laughing too, so it might sound demonic in the actual thing.
Fitting.
Awesome.
Fitting.
I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
Somehow they just have confetti prepared somewhere. Oh, and fireworks.
too.
And fireworks.
How in the blazes? Where?
Where did it come from?
And there was much rhubarbery to be had.
Wait a minute.
Oh, come on, that's at least the 4th or 5th time.
Yeah. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And with my first ever trial in Great Britain, came to an abrupt end. With the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. Haha! I finished it before you did, game!
Can I voice Iris, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay. 18th of February, 5:14 p.m., the Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber.
Certainly was a long trial.
Yes, it was.
Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations.
And to you, Ms. Susato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened.
Well, we didn't have enough time.
But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that.
The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. Carried out your duty to perfection.
Blackjack?
Aye, that you did.
Mr. McGilded? That girl is with him too.
Well, it seems the stories are true.
Oh? What stories?
About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say?
Oh, those are real? I thought those were just for like stylish. I thought that was just style.
It's both real and stylish.
So this can handle 6 enormous fireworks, but not one smoke grenade?
Listen, the fireworks are planned. The smoke grenade was not.
They opened the windows and everything.
Man.
This series is something. Yes, definitely.
I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I view it a thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything.
What on earth are you saying, fella? Did I walk out of there a free man, then?
I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning.
You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. You're young and headstrong. 'Tis water under the bridge.
Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared.
But nothing's resolved.
There's only one thing that matters to me.
Oh?
Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that Odient as an abscondent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not?
I suppose it is.
Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in him, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay.
It's not that funny.
So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella.
Oh, no. I couldn't possibly accept that much.
Ah, be whist. You're a humble people, are you from the east? Well, if you insist. But have this, still and all, you deserve a reward.
Mr. Magnus McGilded! Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom.
Into the courtroom?
What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe.
I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection.
Sorry? What inspection?
They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
They're going to examine it again now?
Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain.
There he goes. A free man. I guessed the line. Oh! I forgot she was here too. Oh no! No! Stepping away!
The guards are just
Don't
standing there
move.
doing nothing.
Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Ms. Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down?
You're a grown-up.
Sorry?
And I hate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are!
My lord.
Naughty, naughty, running off like that.
Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now?
I'm taking that with you as well. forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha!
What the fuck?
Oh, God.
Oh, you wanna play? You won't beat me!
The bailiffs in the back are just passing popcorn. Hey, what you betting on? I'm going for the rocket launcher, I whiz.
Oh, I'm going for the one on the left.
Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. Well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor?
Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself.
Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all?
I just took my eyes off it for a moment whilst I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
A Watson what? I have no idea what that girl is talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults.
She has it ready and... Jesus Christ.
Gina.
Come along then, follow me.
Gina, you're outgunned.
Fine, have it your way. Oh, good! You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that she wants to... I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours.
We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye! I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
She was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too?
Yes, you're right. But where to?
Oh,
We haven't had the time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings.
But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Oh, God.
Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
Ms. Susato, please. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable.
Please don't cry.
She's wibbling.
Don't cry. No, I'm starting regretting turning Mr. McGilded down. that 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or a mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water!
Oh man.
What the? How did this happen? I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed. No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
It's so fucked.
God. There's someone in there.
That's Gregson's voice?
Interesting.
I would have thought it'd be deeper.
Honestly, same. I interpret it as deeper.
Same. Some of the games.
Oh, no, wait.
Him.
No, he's not gonna talk.
He's not gonna talk. Honestly, from the voices so far, I think Ben Zeeks has the best one so far.
I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back.
All right, well, that'd be a good.
We're gonna start the next one, right?
Yeah, we're gonna start the next one. We're
We're starting the next one?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We're gonna take a 10-minute break here. We'll reconvene in 10 minutes.
Wait, won't a 10-minute break put us with only 5 minutes left?
What? Oh yeah, you're right. 5-minute break.
Wait.
wait. When do you guys want to end this?
We could just end it here. I mean, this is a pretty good spot to end
I
it.
thought we'd just go to the end of the case.
Yeah, we could just end it here. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll resume case 4 next time.
Yeah, we will resume next time. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, guys, and we'll see each other next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Now I'm stopping the stream.